Yeah, speaking of that, so the whole situation that happened was because of the royalty interview, right?
Yeah.
But here's my something that I've never heard anybody mention. On Hate or Love It Remix, you mentioned never seen a royalty check on your
Yeah,
lyrics.
I
That
did.
was
I
2005.
guess that went over everybody's head though.
Yes, I'm like, how does that?
A seven-figure nigga still ain't seen the royalty check.
Yeah, so you spoke on that
I was
way.
giving myself props saying, hey man, I'm a millionaire and I ain't never seen nothing to cash at that time from my ass cap or none of that shit. This money coming strictly off shows that I'm saving and whatever extra incentives 50 allowing us to make. I'm saving all of this shit. So I'm speaking this shit, but it was really that. And I think it wasn't an issue then, but like I say, it went over everybody's head.
Yeah, because I
You
was
know what
listening,
I'm
I was like,
saying?
how is that? That's crazy because that happened. The whole royalty thing happened like in what 2000, early 2008, 2007, something like. I think that interview came out in early 2007, but yeah. Continuing on, then you drop a couple of mixtapes in between, but G-Unit as a label in like 2005 to 2006 is having its kind of issues. You know, Game has the fallout. 50's kind of looking around to sign different artists. He gets Hot Rod, Spider Loc, MOP, Mob Deep. Um, Tries to sign Mace, but obviously the whole Diddy situation doesn't go right with that. And then you're gearing up to drop your sophomore album. You have Hot Rod that was supposed to drop his album. Mob Deep dropped Blood Money, which you're on that record. That was really dope. Give It To Me, I think, that track. That
Yep.
beat is crazy too.
Yeah, rest in peace to Pete, man. I wish I could have had a little different conversation with Pete before he left, man. But salute to the deep, Mob Deep for sure.
They're legends, man, in Queens, and
Facts.
even Havoc right now is killing it still. So shout out to him too.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're doing that whole run. Mobb Deep drops Blood Money. Hot Rod's supposed to drop, but he doesn't have his record. Then Banks drops Rotten Apple, and then it's your turn. So I felt like the promo wasn't there because as a fan, I wasn't seeing you around as much as I was the first go around. Same
Yeah.
with Banks.
Shit was starting to get rocky again around that time. That's him and Shot Money wouldn't see eye to eye, and Shot Money was left to basically manage basically me and Banks, but I had the project that was coming out around the time that him and 50 started seeing, didn't see eye to eye. So whatever kind of was playing out with them was kind of affecting me too. And I think that plays a part in why the promotion didn't.
All plays a huge part.
Because 50 was like, you know what, fuck that shit. Shot was like, no, man, fuck that, bro. We gotta do what we gotta do. 50 like, man, fuck that shit. I'm rich, nigga. Book gonna be good. No, man. Nah, I'm just talking, but I don't know exactly what the full energy or whatever they had going on, but I feel like it did play a part in the in,
100%.
in holding my project back. Buck the world for sure.
I was talking to Charlie, and I was like, I think the three things that had the June kind of the problems with June as a label was Shaw, the issues with Shaw, because Shaw was the one getting you guys beats, was making like the formula. The formula
Facts.
was going away when they had the
Yeah.
split. That formula was gone.
Yeah.
Then 50 going against Jimmy Iovine, the guy who's obviously the CEO of Interscope. That's not
Man.
the best idea. And then you
Yeah.
got Game doing his thing too, adding in
Yeah.
on. So it's like a perfect formula for G Unit to have their issues
Yeah.
with albums coming out, with promotion, with all that.
That's exactly how I think a lot of it kind of played and affected it too. Was, with him and Jimmy as well. It might have not been something personal Jimmy had did to me, but the office works under Jimmy, so the promotional side of the office probably felt like shit. He ain't right with the boss. We ain't. I don't know if we're gonna run him through the through there or through here or through there, whatever it is. I honestly don't know. I done dealt with the punches and just kept pushing, and then it got to a point where I started to speak on that royalty shit because, and then, at the timing of it, I don't think 50 accepted the way that I was giving it, you know what I'm saying, even though I've already spoke on it in the record, like you said. And, I was kicked out the crew and shit like that. And it's a whole long story in between that. But, like I say, it's 2025, man. That's the history of G Unit, and I get it. It was a beautiful era. And who knows, you know what I'm saying? Maybe motherfucker could come around and probably do business enough to put together one of these big tours. I'm watching all these other crews and shit that had separation, animosity. They still get somewhere together to try to at least go get the bag type shit. But like I say, I'm sure the fans want to see a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hell, like I'm not opposed to no business and shit like that and get to shit, but it take more than just me, in my opinion. And some dudes may have that opinion but scared to voice it. You understand? They too tough to say, or don't want to make themselves seem, having to face some of the lies they done told, or whatever the case may be. I just feel like, you know, me, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's an era. I done moved on so much past that shit and got so much more to give to the world that it's just one of those things where, why God made that rear view mirror smaller than your windshield, because He wants you to be aware of what's behind you. It's cool to look back, know what's back there before you get over, or whatever the case. But the big picture is what's in front of you. That's why the windshield is way bigger than that motherfucker. So I'm so far off into my windshield that I'm looking up and seeing, and knowing what's behind me. But at the same time, I'm so focused on going forward, because I'm on a straight arrow, straight lane highway. Ain't no turns on this motherfucker right now. I ain't having to make the decision to go left or right. I'm going straight to the top. You dig? And I owe myself this shit as well as my fans and my children and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just pushing my line, making it happen, man.
If you want to see this full interview without having to wait, you can join our YouTube memberships program for just $8 a month. You get the full interview, behind the scenes footage, and no ads. If you want more, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/diverse mentality. And for $10 a month, you can not only get these full interviews immediately, but also get uncut and ad-free documentaries as well. The link is in the description for both.